You know, we see these amazing apps and tech products launch every single day, and they just work. But have you ever really stopped to wonder how they're actually built? How does that little spark of an idea turn into a complex piece of software that maybe millions of people will use? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the secret blueprint that makes it all happen.
I think we've all been there. You have an idea for an app. Maybe it's brilliant, but then comes the big question. Where do you even begin? It's the one thing that stops so many great ideas dead in their tracks, right? The path from that vision to a real, working product can feel like this huge, confusing maze.
Well, the answer is you start with a plan, and not just any plan, a very specific, very structured plan. So to show you how it's done, we're going to go inside the actual planning documents of a fictional AI startup called NextPlanner. Think of this as getting a confidential peek at an architect's blueprints before a single brick is ever laid.
We're going to follow their exact four-step journey. First up, we'll look at the big picture, what they call the founding constitution. Then, we'll see how that grand vision gets translated into concrete features. After that, and this is crucial, we'll explore how they prove it all actually works. And finally, we'll dive into the day-to-day plan for getting it built.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the founding constitution. This is the bedrock, the foundation for everything else. Just like an architect needs that grand vision before drawing a single line, a startup needs a core identity to guide every decision. And it all starts with this, a single sentence. The famous startup accelerator, Y Combinator, calls this the one-liner. This one crisp sentence is basically the soul of the entire company. It's that 6-second pitch designed to make a co-founder or an investor lean in and go, okay, tell me more.
But a cool idea isn't enough. You need a moral compass. And that's what these are, NextPlanner's non-negotiable principles. These aren't just suggestions, they are the lines in the sand. I mean, for an AI company handling your personal data, stating up front that user data privacy is sacred isn't just a nice thing to say. It's a promise that will guide every single technical decision they make from here on out.
So that's the big vision. Now for Section 2, where we see how that vision becomes something real, something you can touch and use. This is where we get into the detailed schematics. It's all about translating a compelling story into something an engineer can actually build.
And wow, this slide just perfectly shows that jump. On the left, you've got the high-level pitch. It's exciting, it's a story. But on the right, that's the engineering requirements document. It's dense, it's technical, and it is incredibly precise. This is the exact moment you leap from what if to here's how.
So what's the bridge between those two worlds? It's something called a requirement. Think of it as the shared language for the entire team. A requirement isn't some vague idea. It's a formal contract. It has a unique ID so you can track it, a clear description of what it does, and, this is the most important part, concrete, measurable acceptance criteria. There is absolutely no room for confusion.
Okay, let's make this real. Here's an actual example from their documents. Requirement FR-goal-001. The description is simple. Users can create a goal, but the magic is in the details. The acceptance criteria. The goal name is required. The description is optional. It needs specific metrics, and on and on. An engineer can read this and know exactly what to build. No guesswork.
All right, so you've defined exactly what to build, but how do you know if you've built it correctly? That brings us to Section 3, proving it all works. This is basically the quality inspection phase of our construction project.
And this whole section is governed by a really powerful principle. I absolutely love this quote. If you can't test it, it's not a requirement, it's a hope. It means every single one of those criteria we just saw must be verifiable. Otherwise, you're just building software with your fingers crossed.
And here it is. This is the aha moment. On the left, there's our requirement again, FR Goal 001, and on the right, that's the code for its matching test case, Test Goal 001. This is a little automated script that runs and checks if the Create Goal feature works exactly as designed. It's not a person clicking around, it's a machine verifying the blueprint, creating this amazing safety net for the entire system.
Okay, we've got the vision, we've got the schematics, and we've got the quality checks. Now for the final piece of the puzzle. Section 4, the plan for execution. This is the construction schedule that turns that whole blueprint into reality, day by day, hour by hour.
And they start from the very top. This is NextPlanner's 12-month roadmap, broken into big phases. And you see that first major milestone, the MVP launch? An MVP, or minimum viable product.
is just the simplest, most bare-bones version of your product that you can launch to start getting feedback from real users.
So how do you build an MVP? Well, you go right back to your list of requirements. To launch, you absolutely have to let users sign up and log in, right? So that roadmap milestone points directly to requirements like FRAuth-001, which covers letting users log in with Google. See how you connect that high-level strategy to a detailed plan?
But even a single requirement is usually too big for a single day's work. So we zoom in one last time. That requirement gets broken down into what are called atomic tasks. Look at this one, Task Auth 002. It's so specific. Set up initial project structure. And it's even estimated to take just 4 hours. This is what an engineer actually sits down to work on a Monday afternoon. We've gone from a yearly plan down to a half-day's work.
And there you have it, the entire blueprint, from a dream to a daily to-do list, all in 4 clear steps. Number 1, start with a powerful vision in a constitution. 2, translate that vision into verifiable features, the requirements. 3, prove every single feature works with automated tests. And 4, break it all down into a daily plan with these tiny atomic tasks.
Look, this isn't just about software. It's a system for turning any complex idea into a tangible reality. It's about replacing chaos with clarity and replacing hope with a concrete plan. We've just seen how NextPlanner uses it. So the only real question left is, what will your system build?